God, I am so looking forward to watching this video. Honestly, like, here's the thing. Most of the times you do these reactions for content. This is one of these times where I am like so legitimately excited to see what actually happens. So I have heard that Hell Hades, and this is Hell Hades video we're about to watch here. Hell Hades has been banned in what might be the worst PR move you could possibly make as player. Like, I've seen this multiple times where the main game companies just piss off like the main guy in whatever game. Like, it happened in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. They constantly were shunning Arnold, and he's still in the game, so that just ruins the relationship. But anyway, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't even know what happened. I just wanted to see it from Hell Hades. I'm actually legitimately excited. All right, Hades, let's get into it, baby. Oh, he's got a new intro since I've seen him last. Let's turn this down a little bit.
Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. And yes, as you can see on the screen right now, I've been banned. I've been banned from the test server. I've been booted. I couldn't make this video yesterday. I couldn't make it because I was too pissed off.
Yeah, I bet.
I was fuming yesterday. And I was meant to be streaming the test server last night to show off some of the new champions, to work with some of the blessings, because actually it was content I had planned to do for this week for you guys.
Okay.
But I can't do it. I've been banned from this test server, and I'm going to be banned from the next iteration of the test server. What they do is they let us have like a couple of weeks or a week or so of play testing, then they cut it off,
and then we get
a fresh one next time round. I won't be doing any content on the new one either. So
hard to do content when you're banned.
Two rules. Yeah, I've broken 2 rules, and I guess I've got to take it on the chin, right? And I actually tried to argue it, but I've got to take it on the chin.
Okay, fair enough, brother. What happened?
I'm going to tell you why I'm pissed off, and I'm also going to tell you why I think it's a dumb decision, and I'm going to tell you what it means. Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh, it's frustrating. Anyway, I've broken 2 rules.
Okay.
The first rule that I broke was I have let somebody else have access to the test server.
Okay, yeah, that's...
I can't lie. It's true.
Yeah, that's against
I did.
Okay.
I think it's a ridiculous decision, but I did do that. I did break the rule, and I can't argue it. Let me tell you why I think it's a stupid decision, though, okay?
What's the context, though?
I am part of a team, right? I am part of HH Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hell Hades, my YouTube channel, that's me. Hellhades.com, we have a team. I am a 50-50 partner with Fiction. Yeah, this is the part of the team here. I'm a 50-50 partner on Hellhades.com with Fiction. And then we employ people, and as a collective, we call ourselves HH Gaming. Yeah, so we have got Safira, who does a lot of our development work.
So I'm going to guess here. I'm going to watch all of this, but I'm going to guess what happened is he gave access to his business partner, but since he signed on Hell Hades, he signed under his own legal name, and that means the NDA of which is associated to Hell Hades is not associated to like Hell Hades LLC or Incorporated or whatever, or HH Gaming, whatever it is they sign their business under. It's an NDA not for the business, but for the person.
Works on a lot of the tools that you guys use.
I would guess.
We've got Never, who writes a lot of the articles and does a lot of our content. And then we've got Lockers, who manages a lot of the social media and does some article writing as well. Outside of that, we've actually got some other people who are not direct employees, but actually worked with the HH Gaming team pretty full-time. Yeah, so, you know, we've got other people that are involved in developing the optimizers and what have you. So as a collective, we are HH Gaming. Now, 2 people from that collective decided to create a YouTube channel, HH Gaming. Yeah?
Yep, I remember this channel.
In the last month, they've put out 30 videos, and they've got 228,000 views. Yeah?
Climbing.
These 2 people will not be accepted into the content creator program because they're associated to me. It makes no sense, by the way.
I don't
understand
that.
It's a ridiculous decision.
I don't understand
They are
that.
individuals that have got their own channel. They just happen to be part of the same team. It's like saying there's a dude in the Mad Clan who is
that doesn't make sense to me because we're like, I'm part of Aftershock. Minnie, recently part of Aftershock. He's part of Aftershock. Hell Hades is, and many of the other people are. So we could almost be like, well, there's almost you can only have one person from Aftershock in it. I mean, HH is an organization at this point. He's bigger than just himself. So I can understand why that's weird.
Part of the content creator program, and I will not let someone else in from Mad Clan because we've already got someone from Mad Clan. Yeah, it's a ridiculous choice. If their channel did not look like this, was not called this, but was actually called this, then I think they would be in the program right now. But what I did was I gave my login info to Saphira for two reasons,
see, here's
right?
where he's fucked up.
Firstly, I was on holiday when the first test server download happened.
Okay, so initial impression, like they said no. Hell Hades is like, fuck it, we'll do it live. He gives the person the access, and it's almost a pissing contest where it's like, if I'm Hell Hades and I'm so big that I'm dwarfing everybody else, you almost feel probably invincible to the aspect where it's like, hey, Plarium can't really fuck with me. I'm Hell Hades for crying. Like, look how big I am. Like, and Hell Hades, props to him. He owns this space at this moment, both website-wise as well as YouTube views. So I can understand the feeling of feeling invincible.
I knew it was a massive patch. Okay, and I'll talk you through why that's important in a minute. Secondly, because we have to get information ready for the website. Yeah, we've got a website which is
true, but that's not Plarium's problem. Just my opinion.
Hellhades.com for this game is the biggest thing on the planet in terms of community interaction. Bigger than any stream, bigger than any YouTube channel, any other website, anything. It's the biggest touch point for people in the game.
Yeah, it's true, aka feeling invincible.
Outside of the actual game. Okay? So what normally happens when a test server drops is I go in and I grab a screenshot of all the champion skills and abilities, and the HH Gaming team start to get to work. Yeah, and they start to build out champions.
See, it's hard for me because I almost want to say that's a breach of NDA, but the thing is, I never signed an NDA with Raid because I was early to the point that when I joined, and I guarantee you they went back and made everyone else sign them, but when I joined them, like Brad and the other people were Plarium moderators, etc., it was very Wild West. Like, there was no NDA, so I can't really sit up here in a reaction and say that, well, Hell Hades broke all the rules and stuff, because I didn't get to see that NDA. So I actually don't know the explicit terms of the contract, so I'd be talking down my ass. I have to take Hell Hades' word for it here.
In this template, yeah, and then I will go in and I will rate the champions with a kind of initial view. I'll write a bio. We'll go in and put like gear recommendations. We'll start to build out masteries, all of that stuff, so that when the champion information goes live, all of you guys have got an immediate access to my thoughts or my team's thoughts on that champion.
Yep.
We'll then go in and do a whole bunch of SEO stuff so that Google can find that information. Yeah, so that's kind of how the HH Gaming team work pre-stuff coming out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we get ready. And with this particular...
I mean, they have to pre-prepare, so I can understand the sharing of information, because it's like, if he has a team and they have to be ready right when it launches, because it's competitive. Like, the first to the market, aka the first one to post content, gets a boost. I mean, this is pretty well known.
Patch, it was massive. We knew that blessings were coming to the game. We knew there was going to be new champions. We knew there was like the altar of souls and that type of stuff. So we had to get a number of things ready. The new champion pages. We had to start to work on the optimizer, because we knew that blessings have got stats in them and that affects stuff on the optimizer. We had to make sure that the champion pages can deal with blessings. Yeah, and we recommend blessings to new champions. That's still a work in progress. We're still doing it. But people in my team, or the HH Gaming team, kind of need access to this information, right? Because
it's starting to strike me as a case of, and I'm only taking this as, you know, through the grapevine here from what he's saying, but from my thinking of the way Plarium works, just in my opinion, Plarium seems like you piss off the wrong guy and you have problems. And if somebody says no, these people aren't allowed in, for even they admitted, like, I think he's right. I mean, if you ask me, I think Hell Hades is right. I think it's stupid that these other people are gated out of being in a content creator program on what's considered their own channel just because it's under a brand. Again, I don't know how the NDA works. I don't know how the new content creation signage works, because for all I know, there's something saying that there's a non-compete with, you can only have one from each organization or something. But I understand this point where it's an entirely different channel, and just because they're associated with it makes it where they can't join, which I could see be very frustrating. So, I mean, I get his point. He has some very legitimate gripes here that's hard to take away from him.
And I tell you now, nobody in my team leaks any of this information ever. Ever. Never does it come from
Well, except you, because you leaked it to your team, though, right?
my team. I've had a slap on the wrist where I insinuated that you should farm spirit potions for the Helicath fusion, right? I'll take that one. That was on me. Yeah?
I don't really
But
feel like
no
that's a
one from
big
this
enough leak.
team leaks any of that information ever. Other content creators, by the way, just go into their kind of full endgame discords and are like, oh, by the way, these are the new champions. This one's going to be cool. This is the blessings.
Oh, he's
All the
so
time.
right.
Yeah, and I see
Yeah,
it.
he's right.
It happens.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
They're leaking stuff all over the place. That's how stuff gets onto Reddit and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
It's out there. Nothing happens with that. But because Saf has logged on to the test server, my test server, which is breaking the rule, I cannot argue that, I'm getting banned. Now, this is what pisses me off.
You know, you got to give him credit. Like, he's not making any excuses at all. I love that. You love to see it. Like, he's just like, yep, I broke the rule. I love that he acknowledges he broke the rule. Because, like, what I don't want to do is come up here and roast him. Because, I mean, he did something that's, like, kind of minor, in my opinion. It's not really, like... I'm surprised Plarium banned him over there. Like, the risk-reward from Plarium's point of view, it's like you ban your largest content creator who's obviously going to get mad and has a big channel. Like, that doesn't seem worth it for what he did. Do you think the Plarium would have been willing to take the L instead of, like, throwing him out on the technicality? Because technically they're right, but it's a dumb hill to die on, you know?
HH Gaming channel, 30 videos this month, 228,000 views, 11,000 subs. You need 8,000 subs to become a tier 3 content creator.
Yeah.
That will give you full test server access, right? And you're like, why the hell are these guys not in it? And I keep asking the question, why are these guys not in the content creator program? Because they're affiliated to me. It's ridiculous.
That part is, I agree with you,
like,
that is ridiculous.
They're way more active than a lot of the tier 3 content creators. You know, and I like most of these people. I get on well with these people, so I'm not calling people out here. I'm just sharing info. 228,000 views, 30 videos.
Yeah.
What we got here? 24 videos, 288,000 views. 32 videos, nearly 100,000 views. 48 videos, 737. 33 videos, 247. Like, they're in the mix. 51 videos. Damn,
yeah.
JDig's done a lot of videos. 263.
Dude,
yeah.
shout to JD.
Everyone's kind of, apart from Ash, me, Nubs, and then you kind of got Scratch and Cold Brew, who do more views, but generally it's around the same sort of level. 121,000 views, 17 videos. Like, it's around the same level. These guys are tier 3 content creators in their own right.
How Hades up here showing everyone's view counts, calling
that
people
test server anyway. But if we scrap all that and say, well, no, let's then consider hellhades.com, whose members will not be allowed in to see this test server information.
Okay.
Yeah, hellhades.com gets about 5.5 million views.
See, I think that's part of the problem, though. Like, it is so big that I think Plarium is kind of having to do a dick size check here, where they're like, look, dude, like, you're massive and we can't give you all the power. Because imagine, too, right? Like, Plarium is sitting here thinking, this guy's basically saying, oh, you won't allow them in the content creation promotion? I'll do it myself. I mean, that's basically what he did, right? By, like, kind of giving them access, which he admits to freely. So, I don't even think it's a big deal. Like, I think he's right. Like, I get his reasoning behind it, but it's like, from Plarium's point of view, it's like, we just told him no. It's like you tell your kid, no, you can't have that candy bar. And they just look you in the eyes like, well, fuck you, I'm going to take it anyway. And then you're like, no! You know what I mean? So I kind of get what happened here. It doesn't take rocket science to figure this out.
If we add up everybody that I've just spoken about, plus a couple more, if we add up...
Okay, this part's a little weird to me because I feel like it's about rules. And if he's trying to, if what he's going to do here is add up everyone else's view and show that he gets more views than everyone combined, I don't know how I feel about that.
YouTube views, we've got like 5.2, 5.3 million, all of them combined. The website is more of a community hub than, with me out of the mix, every other YouTuber combined.
Yes, but size shouldn't dictate rules. And by the own admission in this video, it bothers him that smaller content creators are getting away with like sharing information. So I think it's fair that if he wants to also have the smaller people have to abide by the rules also, then the larger people should abide by the same rules. And by that same logic, the Mather views really doesn't matter.
And they will not allow the website team or one of the website team into the content creator program.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. I mean, that part, I still agree with him on that part. There's also the fact that they consider it like he's even more of a threat because if he's breaching information and he does get more views than everyone combined, they have to take him more seriously, maybe. So it's kind of a double-edged sword for him. Like, I don't think this argument works in his favor as much.
It baffles me. It baffles my mind. We have streamers that don't even stream the game, but did stream the game a couple of times that get like tier three content creator.
Completely agree.
It baffles my mind that some of the most active people in the community.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with him on the point that his team should be allowed in.
Guides, information. You know, this is a tough game. This game takes a lot of navigation to get through. Yeah, and when content is dropping like the Iron Twins, I'll tell you what, we've already got a guide on the Iron Twins. Yeah, it's done. It's already done because that's what we need to do for you guys. Yeah, it's hard new content. We need to make sure that you've got a Fortress guide. Yeah. Oh, it's frustrating. Anyway, I did break the rule and I did let somebody else onto my access of the test server. I feel like I had genuine reason and I feel like they should have access anyway, but I have to hold my hands up and say I did. Okay, I did. Then the second thing,
I mean, that's where we run into the problem. Like he gave Plarium the opportunity to bite them in the throat. You know what I mean? And like they took the opportunity. So it's, I mean, I'm with them on the fact that his team should be allowed in. Like it doesn't make sense that because they're under the same name, those people don't get access. Like I get it. Maybe Plarium on the back end's thinking we just don't want to have like an entire content creation program of like 50 Hell Hades people. But again, I don't think it matters. Like hasn't he kind of earned the right to have like people in there by generating a lot of views? I mean, he has a website he's just talking about that generates 5 million views every month. You would think he would have earned a little bit of extra respect from Plarium in a way, you know? I mean, I guess he did get an in-game plug and stuff, but you get my point, which is he is kind of the big dick in the industry. You'd think that they would allow him to swing it around a little bit more.
Which I broke a rule on was we took information out of the test server and I shared it in a video after my embargo was over.
Well, then that's
I
fine.
shared information around the stats of the Iron Twins boss. Yeah.
If it's after the embargo, I don't get why it matters. I don't get why Plarium would be mad about that.
So we got kind of like a breakdown of, you know, from stages, this is the speeds, this is the accuracy, this is the resistance, yeah? And that was actually just confusion on my part. I didn't realize I was breaking a rule at that point. Yeah, I knew I was breaking a rule by letting Saf have access to my test server. But as I say, we never leak info. He never used any of that access to create his own video.
So what's interesting is by Plarium's own logic, they should allow his team in because think of it this way. It's considered a breach if he is giving information to his team. So they consider it separate people. But they don't consider it separate people when it comes to allowing his team in. So Plarium wants it both ways. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. If I was Hell Hades, I'd be a little bit annoyed at them due to this logic. Be like, how can I be breaching my contract if the reason you won't allow my team in is because they're associated with me? It's a little bit of like Plarium's getting him on a technicality, which is kind of annoying, which again gets me like, the more that this video goes on, the more I think about it, the more I'm like with Hell Hades on this one, even though he admittedly broke the rules. Because it is kind of like, really, Plarium? Like, I get it. Like, you have the right to do that. No one's really going to argue that he didn't break the rules. Even Hell Hades is in this video freely admitting, respect to him, that he broke the rules. But I'm just really surprised that I'm just really surprised at this one, I guess.
It was all backhouse stuff. But I did share some of these stats of the Iron Twins. Why did I do it? Because I feel like if the community are going to enjoy this content, then these are the type of things that, as a creator, I'm going to share. Things like the speed, I could have told you just from playing the game. Things like the accuracy, I could tell you just from playing the game. but I gave you the actual numbers, yeah, which were mined out of the game. They're all in the front end of the game. It's not like we're hacking the game. They're all sitting on our client. This stuff has happened for the last 3 years. Yes. But again, I'll take that one on the chin.
What's interesting is I was asking Plarium before when I was in the program, I'm saying, hey, we have some people data mining and I'm not sharing data mine information just because I'm not sure your rules on that. And they basically said like, there's nothing we can do. If people want to data mine, they can data mine. So if they're mad at him because he has information that's from data mining, it's literally directly counter to DMs I still have.
Because I didn't know I was breaking a rule and a rule has been broken. That's on me. So anyway, that's it. I've broken 2 rules. I'm out of the test server access for this one and the next one. It means I will not get to a Mighty Uko playtest until I actually get the champion myself. It means that I can't go in and test all the blessings and get that video out, which was it's part of my plan for this week. And it means that whatever the next fusion is and the next group of champions and whatever they do in the next patch, I won't have any kind of eyes on it until it's actually in game. Just means that I'll be behind in the team.
I mean, it's kind of rough for him because this is his entire business. So removing access to all this information is, I would say, a heavy blow. But I mean, obviously, he's just going to get the information. Like somebody's going to leak him the information, like, for sure. So, I mean, I would even put money on the fact that an employee likes him enough that they would leak him the information. When you get this big, you just have access to things. And in my personal opinion, he probably still can't put that information up. So it is actually kind of rough because they did kind of gut shot him like a little bit here, which is just really weird because it's like you would think he would have benefited the game a lot. Like he's generated a lot of media around this game, which means, I mean, I would say free promotion, but it's kind of a symbiotic relationship, as we all know from making our own content on the game. But it's, I don't know. I'm just really surprised. I mean, this just seems like a bad PR move. Like I don't see the exit strategy.
I've apologized to Raid. Yeah, I've apologized and basically said, again, this is not the first time, number of times I've asked this, can the HH Gaming team be added to the content creator program? Because we need information to be able to build what we build for the community.
True. And they go far as to allow stuff like RSL helper, you know? I mean, there's a lot of like third-party programs and stuff that get allowed. So you would think somebody who's generating this much, like he could get access to things. Like, can't there be like a secret hidden tier 4 just for him? You know what I mean? But maybe they want to do special privileges. Maybe they don't want to make him bigger than he already is. Maybe they see it as a threat. Maybe they're like, hey, this guy's so big. If he starts hating the game, like we could take a lot of damage. I don't know. I'm trying to see it from all angles. Like at the point I'm at, it's like I totally get how Hades is pissed. The logic doesn't make sense, especially the thing where it's like it's a breach of NDA if he shares it with his team, but then his team also can't become partners with it because they say that they're the same people. So how can it both be a breach of the NDA if it's the same like grouping as far as the partnership that the NDA actually organically comes from? Like it just doesn't make logical sense, which is why if I was Hell Hades, I would be pissed too.
The actual, I'm not going to like copy and paste stuff here, but the feedback was, if only you'd asked me, we could have sorted something out. And now it's come to this. And I'm like, well, if only you'd spoken to me before you banned me, we could have sorted something out. You know, and I have asked numerous times before, and I just get told, no, it's not possible.
I believe
because they're connected to you. Well, they're not. We're not like Siamese twins or something here. We're different individuals, just part of the same group. It is infuriating, I tell you.
What's funny is me and Hades are part of the same group because we're both in Aftershock. So it's like by that own logic, all of the content creators that basically Aftershock owns like 90% of the raid creators at this point. Shouldn't they like there only be one? You know what I mean? It's the same group. Like
it's actually got me to the point where I don't really want to stream raid right now. Yeah, I'm just coming back to streaming and I don't want to stream. I'll tell you what, I was looking at this earlier. I took about 6 weeks off of streaming, because I had holidays and all sorts of stuff to prepare for that. And I took it off through July and I took it off through August. And I just came back this week or last week. So through July, throughout the whole game, on average, there was a 10% downturn in streaming. I didn't stream for about 3 weeks of July, and I didn't stream basically for the whole of August. There's a 16% downturn in average viewers for August. I came back in September, and there's a 16% upturn in average viewers for September. Like,
yeah, because you're the largest.
I don't know. You know what the test server is? It's a way for creators to share what's happening. Yeah. We're not testing as such. We're more marketeers for the game. Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's have a look. Who wants to see my content on this stuff? 40 to 50,000 views, 40 on the new stuff, 60,000 on the new stuff. Yeah. People come to me for this type of content a lot. Yes, it's some of my most popular stuff. Yeah, if you look at other
news and
people doing the
updates
same
are
sort of stuff,
always do well in these.
It's nothing. It's not what they go and see those creators for. I don't know about Chosen anyway, but it's not what they go and look at those creators for. It's not the content they go to them to see. For some reason, whatever it is the content that people come to me to see. So, in terms of this kind of marketing tool, well, they'll market to a lot less people for the next month. I'll take it on the chin. It is what it is.
So what he's basically saying is like this decision by them is going to cost them media exposure. And I think that's probably correct. I don't know how much they care because I think this was obvious when they made the decision. They obviously either he pissed somebody in particular off over there. And when that happens, well, you're kind of shit out of luck with these type of companies. Or maybe they don't like how large he is. And it is a potential threat to the game. Like, if you think of it this way, if Hell Hades gets in a position where he really has a problem with the game, he has a lot of leverage to put pressure on them to do what he says they should do. Okay? Whereas if they kind of slap him down a little bit now and then sort of artificially shrink him by him making him not have as much content, because what he's saying is not as much people are going to watch me. Maybe that's what they want. Like maybe they're actually trying to shrink him a little bit so that he's not as big of a market share. I don't know. This is just what I'm thinking about because it doesn't make sense. Like Plarium's decision doesn't make sense here. Like I think it's a stupid decision because of what I've stated about the NDA. Like he's right. Like why would you not allow his group in? And then if he's sharing information with the group because Plarium's already stated that, oh, you guys are the same entity basically, then why if he shares data with the same entity does it not fall under the same logic? That's why it's like he either pissed somebody off or there's a plan by, like it doesn't make sense logically. Like why would they do it? You know, then again, Plarium's done some stupid decisions that don't make sense in my personal opinion before. But obviously for me, this is not the first time I've seen Plarium decide to fuck somebody random in the content creation program. And so let's see what he has to say the last 30 seconds.
Like asking for a community uprising here doesn't make any sense to do it. I've also got to think about the fact that, you know, I've got people that are employed at HH Gaming that make a living out of this game. We're not going to go kind of stewed gaming crazy on this. I just wanted to share really what's going on. And it's left like an absolute bitter taste for me. But it is what it is. I'm Hell Hades. I'm banned.
He actually said it, dude. Oh my God, he said it. Holy shit, I love you, bro. Oh my God, he actually said that. Oh God, I love Hades sometimes, honestly.